Okay, so have you ever felt like your resume, it's just doesn't do you justice? Like it's missing all the good stuff, like the real story behind what you've done?
Yeah. It's tough these days, right? You're supposed to build your brand and show off all your wins, but the tools are well, kind of basic.
Exactly. And that's why this deep dive is going to be interesting. We're looking at Resyfy AI,
Hmm.
and they say it's a whole career operating system. Pretty bold. We've got emails from the founder and some iKey story docs and some stuff from their website. So let's get into it.
I'm curious about this career operating system thing. It seems like a lot more than just, making a resume.
Right. And the founder, Andrea Rubik, she talks about this in one of her emails about how hard it was to like document everything she did while working on her PhD. Like you're doing amazing research and then you got to cram it all onto a two-page resume. It just doesn't seem right.
No, not at all. I think a lot of people feel that way now. Careers are longer, there's more going on, people change roles, learn new stuff. It's hard to sum it all up on a resume.
Yeah. And one of Recify's emails actually mentions this. They say like on average, we rack up over 35 achievements and face like 15 changes or opportunities throughout our whole careers.
Right.
That's a lot to keep track of.
It is, especially with more and more people having portfolio careers. These days, juggling multiple projects and roles at the same time. How do you even explain that on a resume?
It's almost impossible.
I feel.
And then you've got social media on top of that, trying to manage your brand on all these different platforms. It's exhausting.
Definitely. And that's where Resyfy AI says it can help. They want to be a more, complete solution.
Yeah, they call it a career operating system because they want it to be the place where you manage and use all your achievements, your whole career.
So it's more than just, building a resume one time and you're done.
Way more. It's like building this huge record of everything you've done, your
Yeah.
skills, your experiences, your wins. It's a living document that changes as you go.
That's a much bigger idea than most career tools out there.
Totally. And to do that, they have three main features: centralized achievement management, dynamic curation, and strategic deployment.
Hmm.
They sound kind of fancy, though. I'm not sure I totally get it.
Well, let's break it down. So centralized achievement management is like having a safe place to keep all your wins. No matter how big or small, think of it as a digital vault for your career. You can store everything in there. Big projects, small contributions, volunteer work certifications, anything that shows off your skills and what you've done.
So you're saying no more digging through old emails and files, trying to remember what you did on a project 5 years ago.
Exactly. It's all in one place. Easy to search and find whenever you need it. But it's not just about storing stuff. It's about understanding it. And that's where dynamic curation comes in.
Okay, now that sounds interesting. Tell me more.
So this part is about adding context to your wins. Like, how did you actually do it? What were the results? What specific skills did you use? Instead of just listing bullet points, you're telling the story of what makes you valuable.
So instead of just saying managed a marketing campaign, I could say increased website traffic by 20% using a targeted social media campaign.
Exactly. You're showing the impact you made, not just listing tasks.
That makes sense. It's about telling the story behind the bullet points.
Yeah.
But how does this actually lead to getting jobs or opportunities? That's where strategic deployment comes in, right?
Right. This feature helps you customize your achievements for different opportunities. So instead of sending the same resume to everyone, you can build special portfolios that fit each job application or award you're going for, or even for side projects.
So like if I'm applying for a project manager role, I can highlight all my experience leading teams, managing budgets, and meeting deadlines.
Yep. You're basically marketing yourself, showing off the most relevant parts of your experience for each opportunity.
That's actually really smart. It takes the guesswork out of tailoring your resume and lets you present yourself in the best way possible.
And one of the IP story documents even mentions how Resyfy AI could be used for stuff like athletes getting sponsorships. They're really pushing the limits of what this kind of tool can do.
Wow, that's impressive. They're definitely thinking bigger than just a resume builder. It seems like they really want to be a complete platform. That helps people throughout their whole careers.
And it's not just about individuals. Resyfy AI could change how companies find and manage talent, too.
Okay, that's a whole other level. Now I'm really interested. Let's talk more about that. But first, let's get to know the person behind all this. The founder, Andrea Rubik.
Yeah, she's got an interesting background. It might tell us a lot about how Resyfy AI came to be.
Definitely. There's more to uncover here. So let's dig into Andrea's story and see what we can learn about her vision for Resyfy AI. We were just talking about Andrea Rubik, and wow, her background. She's got over 20 years in advertising and a doctorate focusing on how change affects innovation. That's got to be the perfect combo for something like this.
Totally. Like, she was made to create Resyfy AI. right? Advertising is all about storytelling and figuring out why people do things. And then her research is about how people and companies deal with change. That's exactly what Resyfy AI is trying to do, helping people navigate this crazy world of work.
It's like those skills were meant for this. And it's not just her. Her co-founders, Alan Stimick and Christian Christoph, they come from software and SaaS. So the whole team has this global perspective, which fits with their idea of Resyfy AI being for anyone, anywhere.
Yeah, like the perfect team for this mission. But let's get back to how Resyfy AI could actually change things for both people and companies. I mean, we talked about the features, but how would they actually work in real life?
That's the big question, right? Like imagine you've been working for a while and you want to switch careers. Maybe you were in finance, but you've always loved design. Could Resyfy AI help you do that?
I think so. That dynamic curation thing could be really useful. So instead of just listing your finance skills on your resume, you could use Resyfy AI to show off the skills you learned that could apply to anything, like problem solving, analytical thinking, project management. Those are useful in any field, even design.
So you're basically reframing your whole career to highlight the stuff that might not be obvious. And by showing those transferable skills, you're proving to employers that you're not starting from scratch. You've got experience, you've got a track record.
Exactly. And what about someone just starting out, like a new grad? They might not have a ton of work experience, but they've probably done extracurriculars, volunteer work, internships. Resyfy AI lets them capture all that and show it off in a way that emphasizes their skills and potential.
Yeah, like building a portfolio that's more than just jobs. It shows their passions, their leadership skills,
Yeah.
their drive.
I can see how that would be super valuable now when it's so competitive. Totally. And it's not just for getting that first meet. Freelancers and contractors could use it too to market themselves and find clients. By building a dynamic portfolio that shows off all their skills, they can really stand out and become the go-to person in their field.
It's like having your own personal branding team, helping you craft the perfect pitch for anything. But what about the companies? How could Resyfy AI change things for them when they're hiring and managing people?
That's where it gets really interesting. Imagine a company uses Resyfy AI for hiring. Instead of just looking at resumes and keywords, they can really dig into what candidates have achieved, understand the story behind it, and see how it matches what they need for the role.
It's like a more well-rounded way of hiring.
Right.
Instead of just looking for a specific skill set, they're looking for people who are passionate, adaptable, and have a history of getting things done.
Exactly. And it's not just about finding the right person for one job. Resyfy AI could help companies find hidden talent within their own teams. Imagine if everyone used it to track their achievements and skills.
That would be amazing. Like a system for recognizing and rewarding people. And by tracking skills, companies could see who's ready for new challenges or leadership roles.
Exactly. It creates a culture of learning and growth where people are in charge of their own careers and companies can use their talent better.
So it sounds like everyone wins. But like with any new technology, there are going to be challenges and questions.
For sure. Like, how does Resyfy AI make sure the information people put in is true and accurate? Anyone could exaggerate their accomplishments, right?
That's a good point.
Right.
And what about privacy and security? That's a big deal when you're dealing with people's careers and achievements.
Definitely. Those are things to watch as Resyfy AI grows. They need to make sure the platform is used ethically and responsibly.
It seems like they've thought about it, though. In one email, they say user privacy is super important, and they want to build a platform that's both secure and transparent.
That's good to hear. But there's also the question of, will people actually use it? How do they get individuals and companies to change how they think about careers?
That's always the challenge with anything new. It's not just about building a good product. It's about changing how people behave.
Right. Resyfy AI will need to show people how valuable it is and prove that it can benefit both individuals and companies.
It looks like they're working on that. They're offering a free trial, which is a great way to get people to try it out and see what it can do.
The smart move makes it easy to get started.
And they've said they plan to keep it affordable, even after the free trial ends. They really want everyone to be able to use it.
They definitely have a big vision for the future, where Resyfy AI is just a normal part of how we manage our careers. But there's one more interesting thing we haven't talked about yet. The name Resyfy itself. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There's got to be a story there.
There is, and one of their IP story documents actually explains it.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Okay, so tell me about this name Resyfy. It's catchy, but what's the meaning behind it?
Well, it's kind of a combo of resume and reify.
Okay, resume, I get it. But reify, I'm not sure I remember that one.
It means like making something abstract, real, or solid, you know. And that's kind of the whole point of Resyfy AI. Taking all those skills and experiences, all that stuff that's hard to explain, and making it real and concrete.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
Yeah,
It's not just like a digital copy of your resume. It's about turning your whole career story into something solid, something people can really grasp.
exactly. And these days, when everyone's overwhelmed with information, you got to be able to show your value clearly.
It's like Resyfy AI gives you the tools to create your own brand, your own story, in a way that really connects with employers or clients or whoever.
Right. It's not about fitting into some mold. It's about showing who you really are and what makes you unique.
And that fits with what Andrea Rubik said about wanting a more fair job market.
Hmm.
Remember, she talked about how Resyfy AI is about giving people more control over their careers.
Yeah, it's about taking power away from the gatekeepers and giving it to individuals so they can find opportunities that they might not have even known about before.
I like that. It's like making it so everyone has a chance to show what they can do.
And it's not just about getting a job. It's about helping people follow their passions, learn new things, and build a career that they actually love.
So it's really a whole new way of thinking about work
Mm-hmm.
and taking charge of your own growth.
Exactly, but we got to be realistic. Resyfy AI is still pretty new. There's a lot we don't know about how it will change things in the long run.
True, but from what we've seen, it seems like it has a lot of potential. And they're definitely serious about making it work. They've got a great team, they care about privacy and security, and they're keeping it affordable.
It seems like they're doing everything right, but in the end, it all comes down to whether people actually use it and change how they think about their careers.
It's like anything new. It takes time for people to adjust and figure out how to use it. But Resyfy AI can do what it promises. It could totally change how we manage our careers and how we navigate the future of work.
And that brings us to our final thought for you today. Imagine a world where everyone has a tool like Resyfy AI. A world where you can take control of your own career story. And where companies really understand what you bring to the table. How would that change your career? What new opportunities could you find? What would you be inspired to do? We encourage you to check out Resyfy AI and see how it might fit into your own journey.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Resyfy AI. It's definitely got us thinking, and we hope it sparked some ideas for you too.